March the 5th, 2017. Guys, it looks like the Trump administration has come out a little before Monday morning with this first punch on this new program that we just talked about in the video before. What has happened? General John Kelly, home of Department of Homeland Security, has paused the fast-track H-1B visa approval for 6 months. Guys, we're going to look at the numbers, but you could immediately see 1 million new jobs open up for U.S. citizens. Officials at the Department of Homeland Security have announced that they are temporarily closing a fast-track process for companies seeking to hire foreign professionals via the controversial H-1B outsourcing program. The decision by officials working for Department of Homeland Security Chief John Kelly to shut down the premium processing loophole for 6 months will likely delay approval of H-1B visa requests for months, says employers and some immigration lawyers who make their living by importing foreign replacement workers into the United States. I'm sure they're very unhappy. Now, one thing about this with using the Department of Homeland Security is you bypass Congress. You don't have to put up with all the crap from the whining and the groaning of the Democrats that have tried to sell this country out. And the Democrats are crying, oh, this is a gut punch to our universities that rely heavily upon the creativity, inspiration, and hard work from people around the world. Now, they're saying it's not a full reform, just a pause for 6 months. And by then, guys, it will be a full reform. We know what's going on. But first, let's look at some numbers. It says right now the current program allows at least 650,000 lower wage foreign professionals to work throughout the United States in jobs sought by young American graduates and by experienced professionals trying to get their own teenagers into college. Now, for the last year and a half, we've covered the Trump campaign, and I remember him saying that he will end forever the use of the H-1B as a cheap labor program and institute an absolute requirement to hire American workers first for every visa and immigration program. This was in March 2016. He said no exceptions. And so what we voted him in on is going down before our eyes. Again, first strike. Now, between Kelly and Trump, it was a slick move because they only had 4 weeks before April 1st, and that's when the normal requirement by law was to quickly distribute roughly 65,000 more H-1B visas to U.S. and foreign companies eager to import cheap white-collar contract workers into the U.S. labor market. Guys, there's reports in the last 2 days of colleges in California firing many American workers under this program. I'm talking about thousands and thousands, I guess maybe to go against Trump, to hire H-1B visa people from other nations without taking care of their own. But these colleges rely on mine and your taxes to pay their bills. The H-1B program is politically unpopular among white-collar professionals because it transfers U.S. professional jobs to foreign workers. Now, the complaints are already starting to come in. It's saying Trump's removal of the fast-track process was slammed by immigration lawyers and by advocates for cheap white-collar labor. The suspension of premium process of H-1Bs will hurt employees who will not be able to enter the U.S. without an approval notice. Another complaint coming in now. It says this really seems like a self-inflicted wound. If you wanted to hobble America's vital industries, this would be the way to do it. No, it's not. This is a way to get the American economy back where it needs to be, put Americans back to work that are paying taxes to support half the damn world. Another complaint. I work in software with many H-1B visa holders. Their cohorts are looking elsewhere now that the USA is ugly. They already have long-term impact. Well, let me tell you this. Put the American people back to work and you'll see where they'll be looking for strength inside this software. Put Americans back to work. Now, again, let's go back to the numbers. It says the H-1B is only one of several contract worker programs used by companies to import foreign professionals. Guys, look for these other contract worker programs to be looked over. Overall, the population of foreign white-collar contract workers in the U.S. is at least 1 million. Imagine someone saying on the news, not 10,000, not 5,000 jobs, not 20,000, but 1 million new U.S. jobs going to college students that need to pay for their college loans, etc. And each year they increase the program. Again, it's a New World Order plan to destroy this nation, to level out the entire world to where they can control everything. The program annually hands out at least 110,000 new multi-year visas to foreign workers, multi-year, and also creates a huge at-resident population of at least 650,000 foreign doctors, scientists, managers, professors, software experts, statisticians, pharmacists, and designers. Guys, they're no better than the people here. They're no worse. They're no better. They just work cheaper. Guys, and if you'll dig deep, you'll see what I was talking about. But U.S. universities also have used the program to build a workforce of 100,000 H-1Bs in prestigious jobs, including professors, doctors, and scientists. That has a multi-level impact. Not only is it jobs, but when you're talking about professors, you're talking about teaching our youth a new doctrine. The increased supply of foreign graduates pushes many middle-aged American professionals out of their careers and pushes younger American graduates into different careers with lower salaries. The sideline American professionals and their families have been a huge source of support for Trump among university-educated voters because of Trump's promise to reform the program. Again, he didn't wait till Monday morning. He let General John Kelly come on out with his first lick, and it's a deadly blow to the Democrats that have pushed to destroy this country. Again, it's a heads up. Be safe.